Gilbert. If you've got any suggestions or opinions, let me know. So there's things to be thankful for. There's definitely some positive things happening. It's time for some productivity to start the morning. So I have a bunch of whites here that are not very white anymore. So we're gonna soak them and then I'm gonna wash them because I finally have like a powder booster sort of thing. So I should actually, hi Gilby, be able to soak them. So I'm gonna clean out the bath. It's a little bit dusty. Does anyone else have a bath where no matter how often you clean it, Gilbert, off. No matter how often you clean it, it always seems to have dust and hair in it. I don't understand how or why. But nonetheless, I'm gonna clean this out, fill it up with stuff, and then we're gonna add some powder booster, and then it needs to sit for 2 hours. And then I'm gonna do some journaling and some like brainstorming, because I've got a lot of stuff in my mind, and I've had enough of life. No, actually, I need to figure out a plan moving forward so that life is not like just, like I said last week, I felt like life was chewing me up and spitting me out. I just don't want that anymore. So we're gonna fix it. I am such a big fan of Dirt, the Dirt company. I've been using their laundry liquid for years, but I finally just recently got a bunch of their like stain removing stuff and kind of extra products. And I've just slowly been going through everything and soaking it and trying to get out some just like, not stains, but just, you know, like baked in stuff where it's not because we're not washing it, it's just because it's old, you know, and stuff just kind of stains after a while. Dissolve 2 scoops and 7 liters. We're gonna do 3 scoops because I'm pretty sure I end up doing a lot more than 7 liters. I really need to get like a bucket of some description.
I can't even sleep. Sweet home California, miss that sunshine on my skin. I've been daydreaming about you and me and what we could have been. Oh, you know I'll make it back to you. I'll make it back to you one day. Oh, you know I'll make it back to you.
This is embarrassing. Like I promise that when it's dry, the stuff does not look this yellow. It normally looks a lot closer to white, I promise. I don't know why it always looks so bad when you put it in water like this, but anyway, I'm gonna set a timer for 2 hours. I'll leave this here. I'm gonna go make some breakfast and get journaling. This is not the cutest corner on the planet, and I don't know actually how to make it cute. I'd really like it to be cute. Actually, I should show you. Maybe you'll have suggestions. At the moment, I have this heated blanket on the armchair, which is definitely not cute, but it's serving a purpose. If you have any like back pain, especially, getting a heated blanket like this and putting it on a chair that you find quite comfortable, amazing. It's actually quite hot here today. We're in a bit of a heat wave. It's like summer's just gone. Excuse me, I was not done. And so we're in a bit of a heat wave, but it's cool in here, and this is a lot easier than like getting a hot water bottle, and it'll do my whole back, which is good. And I have an osteo appointment this afternoon, so hopefully that will help with my like lower back and hips especially. But yeah, let me show you this corner and tell me if you've got any suggestions, okay? Because I don't know what to do with it. So things are a little messy at the moment, but not too bad. So this is the living room. You'll be very familiar with this. And I love this little corner. We did at one point have this couch going all the way across, and I had this armchair ignore the blanket. I had this armchair in a different room, but then I wanted to actually use it more. And so we've brought it out here. And so now it's there, but I'm kind of like, I don't know, like it's a very practical corner. Like it's got the coffee table and a whole bunch of like activity things and journals and all that kind of thing. But I just feel like even without the blanket, it's not that cute. And I really wish I'd gotten the beige one. And I know that you can get covers for them, but we're on a no buy year, so that's not really an option. But I feel like if it wasn't grey, it would stand out more from this grey wall. Other than that, I have this little cushion that sits on it sometimes, but I don't know how to make this corner cute, you know? Or maybe it is cute and I'm overthinking it. I also feel like the lamp doesn't really fit the vibe anymore, but I'm just kind of waiting, hoping for a free one to pop up on Facebook Marketplace. I have contemplated putting this chair in this corner because at the moment we just have these, and you know, that way it would stand out more and not like blend into the wall, because obviously this wall's not grey. And then these could maybe sit in that corner and again, like not blend into the grey wall. Or I could move that here. We could stretch the couch all the way out and then, I don't know, like put the beanbags over here, because they were sitting over here at one point when we had no space because we had like the Christmas tree and stuff here. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions or opinions, let me know, because I'd love to redo this space somehow. And I'm still collecting things at thrift stores for this wall, and then I'm going to make a big gallery wall one day. So in the meantime, I just want a cute little nook to sit in, you know? Let's see how this laundry is doing. Well, the water looks pretty dirty, so that's got to be a good sign, right? Okay, now to let this all drain and put in the machine. I'm not holding my breath, honestly, for a lot of this stuff because it's really quite old. And it's stuff that I like have been avoiding wearing. You can see that that's quite yellow compared to the rest of the shirt. I feel like a lot of stuff came out of it because this water is really gross looking. But yeah, it's all just kind of stuff that's been in the back of the cupboard. I've not been wearing it or using it because it looks really gross. But I didn't want to throw any of it out because it was still perfectly good. So I guess I'll show you like maybe tomorrow when it's dry. Editing stuff here actually. I forgot to come back and show you the results of my clothes soaking. Hopefully you can kind of tell in this light. It is a lot better. I also hung them outside in the sun, which I think definitely helped, but a lot more respectable. They're obviously inside out as well, but I also washed this shirt of Matt's, which was already looking pretty okay, but I like to give it a wash every so often. It's actually the shirt he wore at our wedding, so he still wears it occasionally with a suit, but yeah, it just kind of sits most of the time, so I like to just kind of keep it fresh. And then the rest of the washing was these kinds of, you know, just little like singlet top camisole type things, and they definitely came out better. They're still not perfect, but they're definitely better. And surprisingly, the bra that I washed as well came out night and day different, which was so good because yeah, it was just looking kind of yellowy, and I wash it. It gets washed after pretty much every use, but I have had it for a while and I don't wear it that often, so maybe that was why, but it came out 9-day different. I'm not going to show you that because that feels weird, but yeah. Anyway, definitely made a difference.
Took one step out the door, wish I'd taken before. I can't make amends with those who won't make good friends. Took one look at the car, felt like looking at a scar. I can't play pretend with those who play the victim. I can't make you love me right, and I don't want what once mine.
Hello, let's do some updates and have a little chat, shall we? Because I have some good news. I'm just going to say it's good news because we're trying to be positive, not like toxic positivity. We're not like everything's fantastic, but I do think that our minds are very powerful and not just completely outside of our control. Where do I start? I feel like I've got multiple things I want to update you on. So I want to update you on mum, and I also want to update you on me, I guess. I was really not doing well. Like yesterday morning, I just sat and cried because I was feeling really stressed about a whole bunch of things, and I feel like everything in my life is suffering at the moment because of everything that's going on with mum and all of that, and I was already feeling a little bit burnt out and needing to kind of re-strategize some things, and then the mum stuff happened, so it was just bad timing. And I mean, these things never happen in good timing, do they? There's no good timing for this kind of thing anyway. The kind of person I am, I like to troubleshoot, I like to problem solve, and I don't ever want to be falling into a victim mindset. And obviously there are a lot of things outside of my control, and that's something I really struggle with, especially when it interrupts my routine and everyday life and makes it harder to just like, you know, get in a flow. It's something I find very triggering and very stressful, neurodivergent vibes. But there are things that are still in my control, and I guess the good thing about this is that I do enjoy troubleshooting and efficiency and systems, and it's something that I just enjoy. So yeah, I had quite a bit of a cry yesterday morning and I was just freaking out a bit, and kind of like had to stop myself and go, okay, yes, things are hard. My feelings about those hard things are very valid, and the mum stuff is very stressful and scary and not going away anytime soon, and is a big unknown, and I don't know what it's going to look like even tomorrow. I don't even know what it's going to look like this afternoon. But there are still things I can control. And so I just kind of sat down and I got my journal out and wrote all of this down, because that's just how I process sometimes. It's better to like get things out on paper. I was like, okay, what do I need? Like, what do I actually need? Not like the gut reaction of like, I just need things to be easier. I just need this to not be a thing. But like, what things do I need that will increase my capacity to cope? In what ways am I maybe unintentionally decreasing my capacity to cope? And so yeah, I sat down and I was like, okay, I really need to be getting some movement in every day. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and things just kind of keep happening and getting in the way and all that kind of stuff. So there was that, nervous system practices, and like, actually, I'll just get my journal because there's a reason I wrote this all down. Okay. We're back. Exercise, movement and nervous system tools to help resource my nervous system, because I think I've had so much stress and trauma in my life. My nervous system is shot, and it's its default is not healthy coping mechanisms, and that's something I really have to think about and work on. So anyway, that was something. A strategy to deal with dopamine seeking or like just wanting to zone out and dissociate, and then a way to propel myself into the morning, because I've been really struggling with mornings for quite a while. But this is the thing, you can have struggles in life, and that's quite normal, right? And everyone has them. But then when extra stuff gets added to your plate, like everything with my mum at the moment, things that you were kind of just managing and like it wasn't great, but you were doing okay, you were getting by, all of a sudden your window of tolerance gets affected, your capacity gets affected, because instead of dividing your capacity amongst these three things, now you have to divide your capacity amongst all of these things, and so everything's just getting less capacity, you know? So those were the things I wrote down that felt like they would really help to at least give me a chance, you know? There's only a certain amount of things that I can do and a certain amount of things I control, but there are practical things that are scientifically studied to be helpful, you know? And also data and information that I have on myself through trial and error that also gives me clues on what will make me feel better. And not just better like when you feel really sad and you watch some TikToks or you binge watch a TV show and you feel a little bit better because you've given yourself dopamine, but I mean like feel better in a broader sense and a slower sense, which can be really frustrating. But you know, unfortunately they're right, exercise and healthy eating does actually help. Wish it wasn't the case, but it is. So that kind of stuff, like it does actually help. It's just a matter of getting there. But I definitely had like blocks and road bumps to this kind of stuff. So then I broke it down into each one and went, okay, movement and nervous system tools, what's in the way or what could help? So for example, it feels kind of boring. My body and its capacity is not, you know how you can look up on YouTube like beginner workouts? My capacity is I can't even do those. Like I need almost rehab level exercises, and unfortunately they're not that interesting. Like I'd love to be able to do like dance workouts or something, but it's not where my capacity is at right now, so it feels a little boring. And I was like, okay, how can I troubleshoot that? How can I make it more interesting? Okay, well I can intentionally, apparently I've been talking a while. My alarm just went off. I need to speed this up. But yeah, I can put a TV show on at the same time because I don't actually need to I don't actually need to necessarily listen to the videos. I just need to watch the videos so that I know which exercise to do next. But then a lot of them are like, okay, do this exercise for 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So I could very easily watch a TV show at the same time. So that feels like a treat, right? Fun lights, kind of like cozy cardio vibes. If you're on TikTok or even Instagram, you may have heard of cozy cardio. I can also ask a friend for accountability in like a low pressure way, more celebration. And I did actually do this yesterday. Just like, hey, can I tell you when I do something and can we celebrate that? Because that just kind of helps. I went through each thing, the dopamine seeking and the zoning out and the morning slump and all of that, and put some strategies in place to try and help. And the morning stuff felt like a really big one. So I now have an alarm set on my phone for around 8 p.m. to remind myself to choose an outfit for the next day and to lay it out. And I'm actually going to put it right next to the bed. So I used to like go into the wardrobe and like pick out an outfit, get changed, all that kind of stuff. But I feel a lot more productive when I'm dressed, and I feel a lot more like ready to tackle the day when I'm dressed. I was like, well, maybe I should just put my clothes right next to the bed so I can like start getting dressed in bed, and maybe that will help propel me into the day more. And I also set up, I'll have to show you, I have an iPhone, and Apple has this really cool app called Shortcuts. And if you're not familiar with it, it's amazing. You can set up essentially like, it's like programming basically, and you can program a cue to do a certain amount of actions. And so I've set one up. I found one on Reddit that was half of what I wanted. So I took that and then added my other bits that I wanted it to do myself. And so now in the mornings I can say, hey, phone lady that I'm not going to say the name of because it will trigger my phone, good morning. And just saying good morning will trigger this shortcut because it's named good morning, and it will tell me the weather, like the full forecast, because I love knowing that, and it's something for me to think about, so it just gets my brain going. And then it will send Matt a text because I send him the exact same text every morning. Then it will start playing a good morning music playlist that I've made. It also like sets the volume to loud so that I can actually hear it. It's fun. Like I just have to say good morning and it just does all of it, and then the music starts, and it really did make it more cheerful this morning. Kind of, I guess, gave me some of that like dopamine that my brain's always looking for in the mornings without like grabbing my phone or any of that kind of stuff. So I think that's gonna help, hopefully. So it really was just a lot of troubleshooting, and it meant that I didn't get to finish editing my YouTube video yesterday because I then went to the osteo after I did all of this brainstorming and setting up and all that kind of stuff. But I felt so much better afterwards because I felt empowered, and I felt like I was at least taking control of the things I can take control of. And there's something about doing things for yourself that you know are going to help and trying to figure things out and taking a trial and error approach. I think that really, I find it really good for my for my mental health. Yeah, so did all of that. The morning went a lot better than it has previously. I also woke up a little bit earlier, which I think helped, and I've realized I need to set up my sunrise lamp because the sun is now rising after 7, which means waking up at 7 or 6:30, which is kind of my goal, is it's quite dark now and I really need the light to wake up. So my sunset lamp is actually just up there and hasn't really been used for a year, not a year, but 6 months at least, since it was last dark and wintry. So I'm gonna plug that in today and set that up. Might show you that. Yeah, but it's gotten me a little bit more excited for my own life again, which I really needed, because I was definitely spiraling a little bit and getting a little bit into a victim mindset that's not healthy and not something that I like to live in. So I'm feeling a little bit better. Still like stressed and worried about mum, and it's all a lot, but feeling just that tiny bit more hopeful and stuff. So yeah. Update on mum. The hospital is still being useless, which is really, really disheartening. I finally spoke to a doctor yesterday. So it had been 5 days that my mum was in the hospital and they had not spoken to me. I was told over the weekend from the nurse that was looking after mum that they had her history from the hospital we usually take her to, which we weren't able to get her to this time around for various reasons. And she was like, yeah, no, they've got the history, they've got it, they're all across it, it's fine. And I was like, okay, cool, I can take a breath at least, because the history is really significant here, because she keeps having hospitalizations more and more frequently, and that's really concerning, and something we'd like to try and prevent if we can, and help, and all of that. And yeah, spoke to the doctor yesterday, and I was like, so you've got her history, right? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, most frustrating thing. Because like I said, the history is so incredibly relevant, and if you look at this incident as an isolated event, it, like, the context of it not being an isolated event changes it completely. So yeah, that was not impressive. They're currently trying to figure out whether it's option A or option B, diagnoses wise, and that is also frustrating. So I'm apparently waiting for a call back from a different department, who will probably want to get more information and confer and all that kind of thing. And then they're going to figure out whether team A or team B is taking care of her. Yeah, so it's just a bit frustrating. Like, I know that the long weekend obviously slowed things down, and I know that doctors are very busy, but we never have this experience at the other hospital, Mum's regular hospital. It's only because she was taken by ambulance that she got taken to this hospital, and it's not known for being great. I also spoke with someone this morning from the Aging Well service at the local council for Mum, and that was quite helpful. They were able to give me some more information on, I knew to get referrals for things you talk to the social worker at the hospital, but I didn't know exactly what to ask for and what the process was that I was trying to initiate exactly. So the Aging Well service, shout out to them because they've been amazing. They were able to give me more information about just like what to say to the social worker and what to ask for and what referrals Mum probably needs so that she can get the best care possible. So that was helpful, at least. That definitely was like, finally someone is being helpful. Kind of frustrating, confusing news, but some positives, so we're just going to try and focus on those. And the fact that Mum is still in hospital, which is very good right now because she needs to be there and definitely needs the care. I have no idea when she'll get discharged or when she'll be well enough to get discharged. That's the thing. Because especially this hospital, they don't keep them even a second more than necessary. But I guess we'll see. At this point, I think Matt and I will probably go and see Mum on Saturday morning again. Generally what we do, because we have a routine now, which is so strange, but when she's in hospital, we generally just go and see her on the weekend. I wish I could go and see her more often, and I feel very guilty that I don't. I try and talk to her every day on the phone, but getting over there, it's just very difficult living so far away and having my health stuff and limited capacity and all of that. So anyway, I'm actually due to call Mum. I should give her a call now, but yeah, so those are the updates. I also went to the osteo yesterday and I had to see a new osteo because my old osteo, I doubt she's watching this, but Georgia, if you're watching this, I miss you, but I also hope that you're doing amazing. And I'm not sure if you will have had your baby by now, but if you have, congratulations. I hope you're doing amazing and that everyone is well. But yes, my old osteo is on maternity leave, which is so exciting for her. So exciting. But it's just weird to see a new person when you've been seeing the same person for 3+ years. 4 years? 4 years. Yeah, so anyway, saw a new osteo, same place though, and he was really good, so that's encouraging and positive. And yeah, so there's things to be thankful for. There's definitely some positive things happening, and I really do just keep trying to go by everything is happening for me, not to me. And you don't always know exactly how something is working out for you, but I just try and trust. I think it's like the burnt toast theory. If you haven't heard of that, definitely like Google it, and it's a nice mindset to have, I think. And it's definitely served me very well in the past. And sometimes things are just crap. Like, I don't think that there's necessarily any way my mother being very, very sick and having to be in hospital and needing care, I don't think there's a way that that is like working for me, not to me kind of thing. But that's the update. And I'm just trying to, wherever I have a little bit more capacity, even just a tiny shred, I'm trying to use that to like romanticize life a little bit, you know? It's like last night, I had a candlelit shower. If you're not having candlelit showers, you're missing out. Little things that don't take effort and don't take energy. They just take like a tiny, tiny bit more thought. That's what I'm going for. So anyway, I should probably call my mother, and then I really want to get my YouTube video out. So goal is to call Mum, finish a YouTube video, do the 2 TikTok videos, and cook dinner. Those are my goals for the day. Oh, and set up my sunrise lamp so that tomorrow I get to enjoy that.
Cool. Yeah, some of those will be nice.
That was a lot.
Falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool. I did what I was supposed to. There's nothing left for me to do. So now I'm walking out my head through open windows. Cause that's what I feel like.
Another day, another hospital trip. Same hospital.
And you said trip.
Yeah, it's not another hospital, it's just another hospital visit. Hello, Cleo. This is my mum's cat, Cleo. She's not the most sociable creature, so this is incredibly surprising. And I think she's lonely. This is the first time I think she's really been on her own. Oh dear. Because, yeah, all the other times Mum's been in hospital, she's had a housemate living here, so there was at least human interaction. I kind of want to take her home with us, because I feel really bad that she's just here by herself. Like, someone's checking on her every day, but she seems kind of lonely. But she doesn't get along well with other cats, like at all. And we, as you will all know, have 2 of them. So I don't know if it would just make her more stressed. This is like the most affectionate she's ever been with us, which makes me think maybe she's not doing very well. So, you know how I said that it wasn't a different hospital? Well, yeah, it turns out we were wrong. We now are going to a different hospital because Mum has just been moved. So we went in and we visited her, but we forgot to grab something from her house for her, so we ducked out. But while we were gone, they moved her, which we kind of knew might happen. Thankfully they were really good and they called us. And then we were at Mum's house, you would have seen Cleo, and we were grabbing some things and checking on some things, and they call me again, and it turns out Mum left her bag behind. So we're back at hospital number 1 to get her bag, and then we're heading to hospital 2 to deliver things like her glasses and her bag, and then we may finally be able to go home. We've been very back and forth, which has not been super fun. We came here, then we went to the shops to get cat food for Cleo, then to Mum's place, then back here via McDonald's because we did not intend to be out anywhere near this long story of everything. We had snacks, but it's like 2 p.m. now and we left at like 9:30, I think. Yeah, which is crazy. I don't know how we've spent this long. I think we were at Mum's for quite a while. We were trying to spend time with Cleo, but anyway, now we need to get some fuel at Costco on the way out, at least as cheap fuel, and then head from here to hospital number 2 and then home. Yeah. Greetings. things. It is Sunday. It's a very rainy Sunday, which is just how we like it. And we are currently on the way to the shops to get some stuff for a potluck lunch, which is very exciting. This is something that our group of friends do every, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks, I guess. If I had to like put a number on it, we do it regularly, and we play games and just hang out and catch up. And it's a really nice way to kind of keep costs down for everyone individually, but also to like share the load nice and evenly, which is good. The roads are very bumpy, and you never notice how bumpy the roads are in your area until you're trying to film something, and then you're like, wow, they should really fix this. Oh, we also have to pick up groceries today. That's the other thing. It's time for our monthly grocery shop, and normally we do this in person, but with everything that has been going on, we just did like an online click and collect, so we'll pick those up later. I'll still do a haul though, so you will get a haul probably after this video. Fingers crossed I get the budgeting video finished. It's a lot of crossing our fingers going on, but it's fine. Matt's just gonna cross all of his fingers. Just don't cross your legs because you're driving. I'll cross my arms and legs and fingers and toes and
Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
knees and toes. Anyway, happy Sunday. Not that it's Sunday for you.
When I was in my early age, I heard him talk about true love, so I started looking
Look at that.
from kisses in the third
Coles is up their flower game.
in middle school for 10 days. I thought it would never come my way, but I found love in the Middle Ages. It ain't always fireworks, and it comes in stages. It takes courage and trust in each other. I know I found it, what true love is. It's love in the Middle Ages. Love in the Middle